While I was in college during my lunch break, just playing around trying to make another mix, a guy walked up to me and he was like, "You're a DJ?" And I was like, "No, just making mix." He said, "Oh, it sounds nice." I said, "Well, thank you." The next day, I'm there doing the mix. He comes and he say, "Try this out." I started playing around with that, took him a mix I did a week later, and he was like, "You have potential. Keep it."
This is the Ben Herman Show.
Hey, what's up, guys? I'm here with Larry John-Toussaint. I think I got the name right?
Got it right.
And he is the proud owner of Knightrin Entertainment, which is located out of Washington, D.C.
Correct.
Also, he refers to it as the DMC area, which, what does it all include, DMC?
DMC is D.C., part of Maryland, part of Virginia.
He also happens to be one of our licensed partners at the Mobile DJ. And you've been now a part of the partnership for how many months?
Since May.
Since May, gotcha.
Yeah.
How has your experience been so far inside the Profile DJ partnership?
It's been really good. If anything, what it brings definitely brings a certain level of motivation, accountability, and a level of excitement, just for when it comes to the mentorship calls that we have on a weekly basis. There's a certain level of excitement just to
This is
be
by
part
far my
of that.
favorite.
Yeah. So it's been really like eye-opening, and just to see how everyone is doing and the progress with everyone, it's been a real blessing.
Where do you say that you have progressed the most?
Level of confidence, because I've always been, and I realized this, of this kind of like analytical kind of person, where this have to happen, that stuff happen, and so forth. I have to follow these boxes, and it quickly made me realize that I don't need to have the full answer to try something. And even coming from you when you was like, "Hey, you're good, but you need to go ahead and commit." So that's your word for the day, and that right day even changed my whole perspective.
Oh, great.
Of what I need to do. So taking more risks is one of the things that I have been doing. And then also just certain things that I'm not comfortable with, just trying it and realizing like, oh, this is not bad. I could continue following that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What inspired you to start Knightrin Entertainment in the first place?
So I started it, it's kind of funny when you say you need to just follow, your dreams and so forth. And even though honestly mine is still a little blurry, it put a smile on my face that I remember I was just in my bed listening to music, and a thought came to my head like, it'd be nice if I had, 2 turntables and a mixer in my basement. That would be cool. Not once did I think about being a DJ. But there was something that I always wanted, right? And with me doing the music a lot, I end up just start making beats. So I was actually making a little mixtape with the radio, where you'll pause it, wait till the come back from commercial, come back and play. Like
Did the same thing.
Yeah,
Did the same thing.
I did that.
I think that's a 90s thing, right?
Yes,
That's what we did.
yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
I'm sure some of you guys can relate out there.
Then I started making mixtape, like not really mixtape, but making beats. I was using this EGA hip hop, and they have all these things, and I was making some nice beats. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So while I was in college during my lunch break, just playing around trying to make another mix, a guy walked up to me and he was like, "You're a DJ?" And I was like, "No, just making mix." He said, "Oh, it sounds nice." I said, "Well, thank you." The next day, I'm there doing the mix. He comes and he was like, "Here." And it was one of those Hercules controllers.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
The little small one.
Yeah.
And virtual DJ software. And you say, "Try this out." Pop it in there, and I was just playing around with it, trying to figure it out. And I swear that night, I did not go to sleep. I was trying to figure it out all night. And when I figured out how to do the transition from one song to another, I swear it put a smile on my face. I was like, oh my goodness, I want to do this. So I started playing around with that. Took him a mix I did a week later, and he was like, "You have potential. Keep it." And I was like, "For how long?"
Really?
I said, "It's yours."
Wow.
Yeah.
So he was a fellow DJ,
Yeah.
saw that you were inspired, and was like,
Yeah.
man, that's such a like generous
Yeah.
thing
Yeah.
to do. Yeah.
And he just gave that to me, and I kept on playing around. I had some really good friends that was too brutally honest. they would, I'll give it the CD, they'll put it in,
Yeah.
and they'll take it. It's like, "Nah, Larry, try again, try again." Until at one point I said, "I'm not gonna tell them anymore. I'm just gonna have it in the car."
Yeah.
And as they're driving with me or whatever, I had a mix playing, and they were like, "What station is this? They're bumping." And I was like, "It's not a station, it's my mix." They went crazy. They was like, "What?"
Oh,
So
man,
now
that's
there's like,
cool.
okay, house party, this
Yeah,
and that.
yeah.
And it built from there. And then this other DJ saw me and he's like, "You're really good. Do you do clubs and stuff like that?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Okay, we're going to start doing that."
Yeah.
We came up with Chaotic Crew, and man, we were hitting up every Caribbean club to the point we started playing for one Pacific person.
Great.
And from that, he, was like, "Okay, that's good." We started doing side gigs and stuff like that. So when the year ended, me being the business mind, what's next? And he's talking about, "Oh, we will be doing the same thing." I was like, "Why? Let's go for clients, do this, do that."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Nope." So that's when I decided, you know what?
Venture off on your own.
I'll go on my own.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, that's probably like a longer story.
No, I love it.
But-
That's great, man.
but
That's like
yeah,
a really
that's-
cool story.
Yes, that's how it started, and ever since then, I've just been really focused on just finding my niche, which I have.
Yeah.
I'm very focused when it comes to organization and stuff like that, and hence why when I did start doing the clubs, and people was like, "Oh, you got to use Serato," and I went and I tried it. I ended up losing all my music when I put it in
You
Serato.
merged it over.
Yeah, I do not know
Yeah.
what happened. And and what used to piss me off a lot with Serato, you have this great feature that lets you know that this music is not this song that you have here is not good for you to play. It doesn't have the right quality. It doesn't this and that. And you don't have a fix for it. You're telling you, "Oh, delete it and re-download it. Or make sure you get it from a record pool."
Yeah.
And it's like, I did. I got it from a record pool. So what do I do now? And he didn't have an answer for me. So it was like, okay. And then how I wanted my stuff to be structured. So it was very hard for me to say, okay, I'm gonna do this and do that. So
So you stuck with virtual DJ
Yeah.
because of that.
yeah.
Makes sense.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I was, as I said, I'm an analytical person. So one thing a lot of people don't realize is basically virtual DJ is an open source kind of software.
Yeah.
Anything that you want to do, it could be created, and people from the 90s, if like Black Planet and MySpace first came out,
Yeah.
it was all HTML. You had to create your own.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm accustomed to. So now that I have software that I could customize it the way I want to, especially the library database, it was like home for me. So me coming to that, and now you're telling me, no, you're restricted. It wasn't for me. So I always tell people, if you look at it, Serato is closed source, tells you this is all you need, this is what you need, which is fine for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But virtual DJ is open source. Like there's so many things you could do in there.
Customize and
Yeah.
skins. And,
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about the skins. Let's leave the skins out. Yes.
No Knightrin skins?
No. No.
Something tells me then that you're probably not an Apple guy.
No.
So you've got probably a PC, you've got an Android phone as well. Okay, gotcha. That makes sense.
But I have an iPad.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Gotcha.
all of my digital mixer and then my processor, all that runs on my Apple
I see.
iPad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not that I'm completely anti in a sense, but the phone is not for me. The Mac is not for me. I ended up buying one before. And I'll be honest, the only reason I went and say, okay, no, I'm not doing it is because some of my softwares that I had to pay extra for me to use it for the Mac. Because oh no, you got the Windows version, you have to pay for the
Mac version. Yeah, makes sense.
So I was like, yeah.
Because again, talking about that open and closed source, right?
Yeah.
So Apple is very closed source, and that's why I figured that you didn't have.
Exactly. They're very
You're anti-Apple a little bit.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but anyone that I talk to, if they say like, if they already have an iPhone and stuff like that, I always tell them, get yourself a Mac. If you're not a person, if I see that you're not a person that is like technical and so forth, I'll tell you get a Mac.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
More user friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand? And it's very straightforward. It won't allow you to go too much outside of the box and stuff like that. You know, because even my PC right now is an XMG. What is that? Well, a lot of people like, what the heck is that? It's a German laptop designed specifically for DJs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Curious to find out, like, what have been some of your biggest challenges within your business as you've been growing your business? And then also, how have you overcome them, or what are some things that you're about to overcome?
One of my biggest challenge, in a sense, is, I'll be honest, is automation. And that's why I'm super blessed that I met you guys, because again, this is what's stopping me. I was like, if I get my business automated, I could focus on these other things.
Those things, yeah.
You know?
Absolutely.
So making that automation was so important to me. And even after seeing what you guys have done in your automation and realizing like, oh, I could have done that in the other application that I have, but never really had a person to kind of show me how to do it.
Yeah.
So that was very kind of challenging. Another thing is the ads and stuff, which was challenging because I already know that you can't just pay 1 month and expect something to work.
Absolutely.
You know, so I know 3 to 6 months. You know, let something ride and see what it will produce, and
test it out. Yeah.
And it seemed like I was getting the rear end of the stick. It's just nothing was really quite working when it comes to the stuff I paid for, in a sense. So that needs to be also structured. The SEOs, even though it have improved, you know, realize it's something that needs to be consistently been done. So
there's even another one that you were looking into, right? I forgot what it was, but it was a service that was going to create the ads for you. And so forth,
yeah.
Right? And we kind of were able to dissect that and break that apart as well.
Right. Yeah. So even with that company, I feel like the person that was talking to me, he's just a very good salesperson.
Yeah.
But not only a good salesperson, but he actually knows like the full extent of what needs to happen in that progress. Because even he was telling me through the videos, the Facebook videos and so forth, he was explaining to me that if you haven't really done much ads and stuff like that, it takes the Facebook algorithm at least a whole 4 weeks to realize, oh, this is what your ad is, for it to actually start making money. So he said sometime the best thing is to do picture ads. Let it learn who you are, then you add the video instead of going right in. So he was super knowledgeable about what needs to happen and how it needs to be structured. I personally feel his team is what is really messing him up. Most of the business aspect I felt have been kind of holding me back, you know, because I know for a fact any of the DJs out there, when it comes to entertainment and stuff like that, I'm better than them. You understand? And it's just that I just need my shot to make sure and present that.
Yeah.
You know, and I see it at every single event that I have done, every single wedding. And this is actually my most wedding season, to be honest, because again, I'm moving to a different platform, because before I went from Caribbean club to private events, you know, and I was just mostly doing private events and a little bit of corporate.
Yeah.
And like probably 1 or 2 weddings out of
the whole year. Wow.
Yeah. So it was
you're not very much.
Very, very minimum. And then, you know, 2020 was supposed to be the year where I had like 6 weddings, you know, and out of those 6 weddings, I ended up only doing 3.
Yeah. Shout out to the pandemic.
Yeah. You know, what's up, Pete?
Thanks to you. Yeah.
and then in 2021, it had a nice little pickup.
Yeah.
You know,
Gotcha.
but this year was like, oh, I have literally done so much in a sense. It's not much, I should say. However, not to put my numbers out there, but I realized that I've made more money in the last 3 years in my business. Yes.
So you've tripled your business then.
And here's the funny thing, I did less events. So that was like a eye opener, like, wow.
So this is a valuable thing actually for you guys that are watching right now, is that so many of us think that you have to work harder in order to generate more revenue, right? Or more income. And that's simply not the truth. And you got to experience that finally.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's great. It's a myth. It's a myth.
Yeah, and it feels good just doing that, because it allows me to actually spend more time with the client, you know, and get a better understanding of what they need, and then really give them a good sense of
good quality service, right?
Yeah. Above and beyond, you know, as they were saying at the convention, that wow factor. So that right there, I was like, I'm already doing that, you know. So it felt good.
So you don't really need help in that department,
but
right?
it felt good just hearing it. That means I'm doing something right.
Absolutely.
So, you know, for people out there, just because someone is like teaching you something and you're doing it, don't be like, oh yeah, I'm doing that. Be like, look, that seems I'm doing the right thing. Yeah. Because here is someone. It's validation, right? Yeah, it's more like validation than anything else. So it's very important to at least know that you're going in the right direction for your business. Yeah. So that's how I see it.